You need to stop listening to your conscious mind. Do this instead. Your conscious mind is not the genius you've been taught to trust. It's actually the most limiting part of you. It loves control, it loves predictability, and it clings to what it already knows, even if what it knows is keeping you stuck. Think about how many times you've wanted to step into something new. Start a business, speak up in a room, take a risk. And before you even move, your conscious mind starts firing back with excuses. What if you fail? What will people think? What if you're not ready? It talks you out of opportunities long before life has the chance to test you. That's because the conscious mind was never built for expansion. It was built for survival. It keeps you looping inside the familiar, even when the familiar is miserable. And here's the part most people miss. Your conscious mind only handles a tiny fraction of who you are. It processes the surface, the facts, the linear steps, while your subconscious is the true engine. The subconscious is 24/7, unlimited storage, billions of patterns running in the background. It's what makes you breathe, dream, create, and even solve problems in your sleep. When you wake up with a sudden answer or inspiration, that wasn't your conscious mind grinding. It was your subconscious delivering a solution. The tragedy is that most people live their entire lives serving the weaker part of themselves while ignoring the stronger part that could unlock everything. They overthink instead of act. They plan instead of move. They wish instead of command. And here's the shocking truth. Your subconscious is always listening, always taking orders. But if you don't give it clear commands, it defaults to the noise it hears all day. The fear, the stress, the distractions. That means right now, your subconscious may already be programmed against you. Outsmarting your conscious mind isn't about destroying it. It's about taking back control, learning how to bypass doubt and give authority to the part of you that was built for power. Because once you do, you stop living like everyone else, stuck in hesitation, and you start moving like the rare few who seem unstoppable, untouchable, unshakable. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to break free from the limits of your conscious mind and step into the part of you that was designed to win. Your subconscious is the true supercomputer. The conscious mind might look like it's in charge because it makes plans, weighs options, and speaks the loudest. But in reality, it's just the captain of the ship, the one giving directions. The subconscious is the engine that powers it all. You can have the best captain in the world, but if the engine isn't programmed correctly, the ship doesn't move. That's why so many people feel stuck. Their conscious mind says, I want success, but their subconscious is still running old programs of fear, doubt, and limitation, and that engine always wins. Scripture actually points to this truth when it says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Notice it doesn't say as a man thinks in his head. It's the heart, the deep inner seat of belief that shapes reality. Your surface thoughts can want one thing, but the deeper current of your subconscious determines what actually shows up. Psychology backs this up too. Research shows that the vast majority of your behavior is automatic, built from habits, patterns, and beliefs buried beneath the surface. That means you don't act from what you say you want. You act from what your subconscious believes you deserve. If the subconscious is programmed with scarcity, you'll find a way to lose opportunities. If it's programmed with confidence, you'll move into rooms others think are off limits. The real battle isn't between you and the world. It's between your conscious mind, giving weak commands, and your subconscious deciding whether to obey them. Outsmarting your conscious mind is about reprogramming the engine, not just lecturing the captain. The first step to outsmarting your conscious mind is to bypass logic with clarity. Your conscious mind loves to overcomplicate things. It asks, what if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if it takes too long? The way to silence that noise is to write a command so clear that your subconscious can't confuse it. Instead of vague wishes like, I want to be successful, you write, I earn this amount by this date through this path. Instead of, I want to be healthier, you write, I weigh this number, I feel this way, I live in this rhythm. Clarity bypasses logic because it leaves no room for debate. The second step is to train with repetition. Your subconscious doesn't learn by hearing something once. It learns through patterns. Just like a song gets stuck in your head because you've heard it on repeat, your subconscious picks up whatever you feed it daily. That's why affirmations, journaling, and visualization work when they're consistent. Every time you repeat the command, you're carving a deeper groove in your subconscious until it runs automatically. The third step is to anchor with emotion. The subconscious doesn't speak the language of words. It speaks the language of feelings. That's why the most powerful memories you have are tied to emotion, whether joy, pain, or fear. If you want to reprogram your subconscious, you can't just say the words flatly. You need to feel them. When you visualize, tie it to excitement, gratitude, pride. Make your body feel the end result before it shows up, because your subconscious moves faster when emotion is attached. The fourth step is to silence the noise. Even if you program your subconscious with clarity, repetition, and emotion, all of it can be undone if you flood your mind with negativity every day. Media, fear-driven conversations, toxic environments, they all reprogram you in the opposite direction. You have to protect the gates of your mind. That means curating what you watch, who you listen to, and what voices you allow to sit in your head. Silence is not emptiness, it's protection. It's space for your subconscious to build without interference. And finally, the fifth step is to act before you doubt. The conscious mind is strongest in the moments before action. It jumps in with hesitation, excuses, and fear. If you delay, the conscious mind will talk you out of it. But if you take even a small step immediately, send the message, write the first line, take the first walk, you override the hesitation. Each small action becomes proof that feeds your subconscious new evidence. I am someone who moves, not someone who hesitates. And the more you do this, the easier it becomes to live from the subconscious programming you've designed, instead of the limitations your conscious mind keeps replaying. Athletes have understood for decades what most people ignore, that the subconscious mind responds to vivid imagination as if it were reality. Before they ever step onto the court, into the ring, or onto the track, the best athletes in the world close their eyes and see the win before it happens. Olympic sprinters run the entire race in their minds, step for step, feeling the burn in their muscles and the rush of the finish line before the starting gun ever fires. Basketball players picture the ball leaving their hand and swishing through the net hundreds of times in silence before they shoot it in real life. By the time they compete, their subconscious already believes they've done it 1,000 times. That's why visualization works. It programs the engine with success long before the body has to deliver. Inventors and innovators have tapped into the same principle. Thomas Edison, for example, would often rest in his chair holding a small object in his hand. As he drifted into that half-asleep state, his conscious mind would quiet down, and ideas would surface from his subconscious. The moment he fully fell asleep, the object would drop, waking him up, and he'd write down the insights he had captured in that brief window. Some of his breakthroughs came from those moments of subconscious problem-solving, not from hours of conscious grinding. The lesson is simple. Your conscious mind tires quickly, but your subconscious never stops working. It solves puzzles, connects dots, and generates solutions if you give it space to speak. That's why some of your best ideas come in the shower, on a walk, or in the middle of the night. You're out of your head, and your subconscious finally has room to deliver. And then there's Joseph in the Bible, who embodies this truth on a deeper level. While others dismiss dreams as random or confusing, Joseph treated them as messages from a higher source, trusting the deeper voice instead of surface logic. When he was asked to interpret Pharaoh's dream, he didn't hesitate or second guess. He spoke with authority, translating symbols into strategy. That confidence in the unseen, that willingness to trust the subconscious over the conscious, shifted his life overnight. In one moment, he went from a forgotten prisoner to second in command of Egypt. Joseph's story shows us that trusting the deeper wisdom, whether you call it the subconscious, the spirit, or the heart, can move you into places logic alone could never take you. Put these examples together, and the pattern is clear. Athletes use the subconscious to win before they play. Inventors use it to solve problems their conscious minds can't crack. Leaders like Joseph rely on it to unlock wisdom beyond surface thinking. In every case, the people who trust and train their subconscious rise above those who only rely on conscious thought. The subconscious doesn't filter what you feed it. It simply obeys. That's why this can be dangerous. If you program your subconscious with junk, fear, doubt, negativity, it will work against you just as powerfully as it could have worked for you. Think about it. The same mechanism that allows an athlete to win in their mind before they win on the field is the same mechanism that allows a fearful person to lose in their head before life even gives them a chance. If you constantly repeat to yourself, "I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. Life is against me," your subconscious doesn't argue. It doesn't step in and say, "That's not true." It simply takes the command and runs with it. Before long, you begin living out the very reality you dreaded. Opportunities slip through your fingers, relationships collapse, doors close, not because the universe was against you, but because you unknowingly programmed your engine to drive in that direction. This is why people can get trapped in cycles of failure. They affirm their fear more than their future. They give more energy to their doubts than to their dreams. And over time, their subconscious simply magnifies what they fed it. The scary part is that this process doesn't stop. Your subconscious is always obeying something. The only question is, who's giving the commands? Is it you with clarity, purpose, and authority? Or is it your environment, the media you consume, the people you surround yourself with? Every conversation you listen to, every video you watch, every sentence you repeat is a seed planted into your subconscious, and eventually those seeds grow. That's why you have to be intentional. If you don't guard your subconscious, the world will program it for you. And the world doesn't program for your success. It programs for fear, distraction, and dependency. Outsmarting your conscious mind is not just about giving the right commands. It's about refusing to let the wrong ones take root, Because whatever you plant, whether faith or fear, vision or doubt, your subconscious will make it real. So here's the truth. Your conscious mind will always try to keep you safe, small, and inside the lines. But your subconscious mind was built to take you further than logic will ever allow. The question isn't whether it's working, it's always working. The real question is whether it's working for you or against you. If you don't give it clear commands, it will default to the noise around you, fear, doubt, distraction. But if you feed it clarity, repetition, emotion, silence, and action, it becomes your greatest ally. History, psychology, even scripture all point to the same reality. The deeper part of you determines the life you live. Outsmarting your conscious mind isn't about ignoring it. It's about taking back control, deciding what thoughts and feelings get planted into the soil of your subconscious, and refusing to let the junk grow. So here's my challenge for you. Tonight, before you go to sleep, write one clear command to your subconscious, as if it's already true. Read it, feel it, believe it. Let it sink in before your conscious mind can argue. That small step is how you start rewiring the most powerful engine you'll ever have. And if you're ready to learn how to command your reality instead of being controlled by your doubts, subscribe, because this is just the beginning. And what's coming next will take you even deeper into the power you didn't know you already had.